All right, y'all, let's make this simple. How to know that you're walking in your purpose that God has given you, your calling, your assignment, because specifically that's what we're asking about. It's how we know if we're walking in our assignment. Now, just like in the story of Moses, Moses was brought up in a particular space to a particular group of people, yet he was brought up in a different space from his people. And that was all intentional because God was setting him up later. Moses did some things as he got older. He's tried to run from God, but along the way, God still had him under his favor, under his grace. Now, let's fast forward to your story. If you find yourself still doing something that you have always done, particularly maybe as a child, something that you've always been good at, somebody has always called it out in you in different spaces, that's a quick hint right there. Now, it can also be the very thing that you have been running from, the very thing that you have been trying to fight against. And it's the thing that you keep ending back up at. I'm not talking about the things like, oh, I just got to do this, got to do that. No, I'm talking about the thing that God brought you through. There was some frustration, there was some opposition, there were some hard times, but through that, you still keep finding yourself back in that same thing. But if you pay attention closely, you have developed through that thing. You came from that space. People who are in that thing or connected to something on the path of that thing are coming along your path now. I guarantee you, seek God in that moment because that is probably the very thing that God is calling you to. And that skill that he has developed in you is something he's trying to call out to use for his glory to help a group of people that he is calling you to. Just like with the story of Moses, Moses was already shepherding his father-in-law's sheep while he was in the wilderness. The very thing that God was calling him to do, Moses was scared to do it. He was asking for affirmation. A lot of times we are seeking identity in many spaces. But along the way, God has been developing who you are, who he created you to be, who he is even calling you to call out of them. All along, God is doing the very thing we're asking. We're just wanting quick answers. We may be wanting a different answer, to be frank, or we may not just see it. And I really encourage you to pay attention to the patterns of your life. What is the thing that God has delivered you from? The thing that was, how they say, your pain is purposeful. That misery that you went through is a ministry that God will use. Please know that God wastes nothing. We just have to seek him all along the way. Seek who he is and why he has called you to this space, who he is calling you to. When is he wanting you to act? Don't just keep asking God, who am I? Who am I? He's showing you all along. Same with Moses, the same thing with us. We just got to lean in, pay attention because he's showing us everything.